Then his eyes shift to Audrey next to me, and his whole expression changes, his smile dropping away. He doesn't say hi or invite us in, just turns his head and calls for Kurt in this flat voice. I can see him reading the tension already, and it makes me feel even worse. Kurt appears behind Joey, looking confused about why both of us are standing at his door together. Audrey jumps in immediately, asking if they can talk privately for just a few minutes. Kurt's eyes flick to me, and I see this uncomfortable recognition cross his face before he looks back at Audrey. He agrees, but his voice sounds reluctant, and he steps aside to let us in. Joey grabs my hand before I can follow them and pulls me toward the living room where his game console sits on the floor. He starts talking really fast about this new level he finally beat yesterday and showing me the controller setup. I try to focus on what he's saying, but I can hear Audrey and Kurt's voices coming from the kitchen, muffled but clearly serious. My stomach feels sick because I should be honest with everyone about what's happening, but I have no idea how to do that without destroying everything. Joey keeps talking about some boss fight he finally beat, but his voice sounds far away because I'm trying so hard to listen to what's happening in the kitchen. I catch pieces of Audrey's voice saying something about thinking they had something special, and Kurt responding in this calm, gentle tone that somehow makes it worse. Joey stops mid-sentence and looks at me with this expression that's way too knowing for a 12-year-old. His shoulders go stiff, and he sets the controller down on the carpet instead of handing it to me like he was about to. We sit there in this awful silence, where the only sound is the muffled conversation from the other room and the quiet hum of the gaming console. I want to say something to Joey, but nothing comes out because what am I supposed to tell him when I can barely handle what's happening myself? He picks at the edge of the controller and won't look at me anymore. The minutes drag by feeling like hours, and I count the seconds in my head trying to distract myself from the guilt eating through my chest. Finally, I hear footsteps and Audrey appears in the living room doorway. Her eyes are red and puffy, but she's got this bright fake smile plastered on her face that makes my stomach hurt. Kurt follows behind her looking sorry and uncomfortable, and I can see him trying to figure out what to say. Audrey announces in this too cheerful voice that we need to go now, and thanks Kurt for his time. Joey's hand tightens around the controller so hard his knuckles turn white, and I notice but can't do anything about it right now. I stand up too fast and feel dizzy for a second. Kurt's eyes find mine and there's this question in them, like he's asking if I'm okay or maybe asking something else entirely. I can't deal with whatever he wants to know right now because Audrey is already heading toward the door and falling apart right in front of me. I give Joey this quick little wave that feels totally wrong for the situation and follow Audrey out into the hallway. The door closes behind us with this soft click that sounds way too final. Audrey walks fast toward the stairs and I have to hurry to keep up with her. She doesn't say anything until we're in the car and she's gripping the steering wheel so tight her hands shake. Then she just breaks. The tears come all at once and she's sobbing these big gulping sobs while trying to talk at the same time. She tells me Kurt said he values her as a friend, but he's not interested in dating her, and she keeps asking what she did wrong. She wants to know why she's not good enough and what's wrong with her, and I'm making these agreeing sounds like I'm being supportive while guilt tears me apart from the inside. I reach over and pat her shoulder, but it feels fake even though I genuinely feel bad for her. She keeps crying and talking in circles about how she thought they were getting closer, and she doesn't understand what changed. I know exactly what changed, but I can't tell her that